Sulem, Urbina. Thank you very much for coming on to the BoxingPar.com, and welcome.
No, thank you for having me.
And Sulem, let's go ahead and start with day one. Question one. Where were you born and raised?
I was born originally in Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico, and I've raised in Phoenix since I was 4 years old.
We came from Mexico to the United States. Why Phoenix, Arizona?
I really didn't have a choice of where to go. I just really followed my parents. I know my dad was already here. We had a few family members here. So, that's why we came here.
And what was it like living there and being raised there in Phoenix, Arizona?
I love Arizona. I've been to so many places, traveled all over, and I love everything about Arizona. I love the weather here. I love the people here. This is my home, so I'm really happy here. I don't really see myself ever moving away from Arizona.
What were you like as a kid growing up? Were you quiet? Were you shy? What were you like?
When I was little, I didn't quite talk too much, but I was always very active. I was always playing sports. I was never inside my house. I was always outside riding a bike, staying busy, playing games outside with my next-door neighbors, or always very active. That was my whole thing, and that's pretty much how I was over my childhood.
And do you have any siblings, and how did you get along with them and with other people?
I have 4 brothers. 2 of them are older than me, and 2 are younger. My 2 older brothers, they always got kind of annoyed with the little sister, I get along with them really good. And then I have my 2 younger brothers. I look out for them so much because I look at them like they're my babies, even though one's already about to turn 17 and the other one's 13. But I'm happy to say that we all get along really well. And as for other people, I'm a very friendly person. I like to try and get along with everybody. Now that I've grown up, I know how to just try and get to know everybody before actually judging anybody or anything like that. I'm very friendly, so I like making friends everywhere and getting to know where everybody's from and getting to know them, really.
Growing up with 4 brothers, did that affect you at all on what you like to do or, how you did things or whatever because, it was all boys around the house?
Well, it affected me in the way that I didn't do a lot of the things that a lot of girls did when they were little. Like, when I was little, I was more of a little tomboy. I didn't really start being girly until I was like 15, 16 years old. But growing up with my brothers really molded me into the person I am. Because of them, I picked boxing, so they changed everything for me.
How did you guys get along at home? What was your household like? Were you guys pretty close or?
No, growing up, we were really, really close. Everybody would eat dinner together. We would all go to school together. My older brothers would take me to school every day, and then as they grew up, I was really close to my younger brothers because we're the only ones at home now after they got married. But we remained very close. We had family get-togethers all the time, and we know each other, and then just joke around with each other, beat each other up, and play a lot. So I'm happy to say we're a very close family.
And in your school life, what were you like as a student? Were you a good student?
Yeah, actually I was one of the only ones that really loved school so much. I would even spend my summers at school. I would ask my mom to put me in summer school because I wanted to be at school. I didn't want to be at home bored, not doing anything. So every summer I would ask my mom to take me to school, and I always had A's and B's and honor roll. So I like school. Ever since I was little, I've always liked it very much.
And how was it that boxing fell into your life? Growing up through such a loving family, like you're saying, how did boxing come into your life? My 2 older brothers started attending a local boxing gym, and I wanted them to take me so bad, but at the same time, I'm their little sister, so they wanted to look out for me, and they really didn't want to take me. So I kept begging, and my dad made them take me to the gym. So that's how it all started. I started attending the gym with them, and then I just stuck with it. And that was when I was 10 years old. Did your dad or your mom try to guide you away from getting in the ring or getting into the sport, or did they support it?
My dad supported it all from the start. He always, whatever I wanted to do sports-wise, he was like, let her do it. He would always give me his support. My mom, on the other hand, she let me do any sport I wanted, but when it came to boxing, she was kind of skeptical about it. She really didn't want me spending so much time at home because after school, I would just go straight to the gym, and then by the time I was out of the gym, it was already night, so time for bed. So I wasn't spending time at home or anything like that. And then when I started coming home with the busted lips, black eyes, and all that stuff, she really didn't like it because I was still her little girl, and she didn't want me getting beat up. But now she loves it. She's here in the gym with me every day, so I changed her mind.
And if you can remember the first time you walked into the gym and, what your reactions were, or what you thought of the gym, or what attracted you to the gym, what do you think made you go back for that second day?
I remember the first time I went to the gym, the first thing we did was we had to run for a certain amount of time, and we had exercises that we had to do before I even started actually learning what boxing was. It was more just trying to get in shape and all that stuff. And I remember I was so tired, and I liked it. I enjoyed the fact that I was so tired that the challenge just made me want to keep going for the next day and the day after that. And then once I really started learning the technique of boxing and learning how to stand and all that stuff, to me it was hard. So when something's hard, I always want to conquer it. And so that's what drew me and kept me going every day.
And what was it like the first time you went in to spar? What were your feelings? What were your emotions like, knowing that they're going to come and try to beat you up?
I remember the first time I sparred was with a local kid. His name was Ben Peterson, here from Arizona, and he had a few amateur fights already. He had 10 or so, and he's a pretty good, well-known kid here in Arizona. So I was kind of worried because, he has experience and this and that. And I thought he was going to really just go. I didn't know what to expect, so I thought he was really going to go in there and beat me up. And I remember I walked in, and he was really just working with me. He wasn't going all out on me or anything, but I just started going. I let my hands go, and I kept going, and by the end of the sparring session, he was letting go too, so it was pretty fun.
Is that like a normal thing for you to train with men? And is it hard for them or for you to fight each other because, you guys are a male and female?
Well, here in my gym, I train at Knockout Boxing Club, and I've been the only girl for the last 6 years, except there's one more girl that started training here to want to compete this last month, but usually I've been the only girl. So, I train really, really hard. I do everything all the guys do, if not more. And my sparring partners are usually men or boys my size. And it's really, I'm happy here because they really treat me like I'm a boxer. They don't put the male-female thing. It's like I'm one of the guys here. There's no difference between us. Of course, if I go in there and spar somebody that's way bigger than me, like one of the bigger guys that we have here in the gym, he won't go all out with me, but he'll still give me the good work that I need in order to be ready for my fights and all that. So, I'm really fortunate to be in this gym with all the guys that respect me a lot and know what I do.
And you're a natural athlete. You play, basketball, cross-country, and softball. Why is boxing your favorite of the other sports?
I think boxing, it caught my heart. I don't know. It's just, like when it's something that comes a little easier to you, you really don't pay too much attention to it. So when I was little, all those other sports, I'm not saying I was amazing, but they seemed a little easier. Once I started boxing, I saw how difficult it was, and I noticed once you get better, you only have to keep getting better and better and better because everything always gets harder. It never gets easier, so that's what really got me, the whole challenge of the whole thing. And now that I'm at this level, I love it even so much more because the girls that are at my skill level are tremendously skilled, and it's a big challenge, and I love fighting people that have so much intelligence in the ring, and I love a challenge. That's the whole thing. That's why I love boxing.
And what different competitions have you been in, or what do you have under your belt or your resume there? If you wanted to, let somebody know what your credentials were in boxing, what experience do you have in the sport?
Well, I've won several Arizona Golden Gloves since I've been here in Arizona. Then after that, I won nationals in Mexico and the elimination rounds to go into international competitions. I got a bronze medal at the Continental Championships, and I've been staying busy here in Arizona since, and I haven't competed international anymore, but I'm planning on going to nationals again the end of this year in Mexico City. So I'm an elite level athlete.
And you talked about, hoping to be in the Olympics for 2016. What's the first steps to get there? What do you have to do as a professional athlete to compete in the Olympics?
Well, I have to, the end of this year are nationals in Mexico City. So I have to start going back to Mexico and definitely start winning my spot again to be number one in Mexico, and start attending more of these international competitions like the Central American Games, which is my next goal for this coming year in 2014, which will be held in Mexico. And then after that, I have to build up for the Pan American Games and Worlds, and hopefully by that time I qualify for the Olympics. So I have my 4 years planned out right now to stay pretty busy in the amateurs and keep winning my spot in Mexico to be able to qualify for the Olympics.
That's right. You have to get that experience in. What would you say your strengths are, your biggest strengths are, whether it be your power or, whatever it might be? What are your biggest strengths?
Well, my whole family is, I don't know if it's just in our genes, but we're physically very, very strong. But thanks to my coach, he's been teaching me so many things. He's worked on my speed so much that my speed, I'm really happy with that now. And my ability to be able to adjust to whatever fight style I need to win a fight. I think that's my biggest strength right there, because I can switch it up whenever I want to. I can go in there and bang. I can just all-out box. I can do counter-punching. I can do absolutely anything to win a fight. So whatever pulls out a fight, I can do in there. And I'm just very fortunate to have my coach, because he doesn't just teach us one style. He teaches us so many so that when we fight, we can do whatever it is we need.
If it was put in your lap to help out the sport of women's boxing, aside from the actual fighting, how would you try to bring up the sport of boxing for women?
Well, first off, there's a lot of people that haven't even witnessed a female boxing fight. So I would start by doing a lot of promotion for local events in different places, and just putting more females in different fight cards and setting up more national tournaments for women just to get that exposure. And if I could, I would put out more things on TV about female boxing so that we can start getting that respect that we deserve, and that would be the start of it.
Very well said. What did you think of the Olympics last year with the women finally being a part of the team?
I think the women put up a great show. Everybody was amazed at how well the women boxing Olympics went. I think it opened everybody's eyes to how good female boxing really is, how competitive we are, how athletic we are, and how skilled we are. Because there was a lot of people that didn't respect our skill, and after seeing such high skill level be shown at the Olympics, we won over a lot of people. So we just got to keep doing that every single day and showing everybody that we can do this.
I agree with that, and especially knowing that females surpassed the men in boxing last year. It was great to see. From a man, there's no shame in women beating us in the Olympics there. Your next big fight is going to be on the Iron Boy card next month, May 17th. What do you feel about fighting there in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona, on a card like Iron Boy, which I've even heard about it, or I hear about it all the time, even over here? How do you feel about competing in something like that?
No, well, I'm very excited to be on the Iron Boy card. It's a great venue. It's beautiful. So there's a lot of lights, and I'm just really excited because everybody from Arizona goes to these shows. I get to fight in front of my hometown crowd and show everybody, and even the ones that haven't seen me fight, what I can do. Another thing is I'm excited to be just fighting along with my teammate Carlos Castro, because I've always looked up to him ever since I started boxing. So it's all overall exciting, and I'm excited for my family to be able to see me fight, because they haven't seen me fight here in town in quite some time. So it's really awesome.
Phoenix, Arizona has a great reputation in boxing. One of my favorite fighters of all time was Michael Carbajal, and I'm hoping to make it to that card on that day, and hopefully I get to see you in action there. It was great having you on the BoxingBar.com, and thank you very much for coming on, and I hope to have you on hopefully after this fight when you get your victory.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate all the support, and we hope to see you here in Phoenix soon.
Thank you very much, Sulem. Have a good one.